Hello everyone, welcome back to today's perfume video. So today we're going to be looking at my top 10 beast mode fragrances that I have in my collection. These would be my recommendations to you if you're looking for a fragrance that's not only going to last all day but will also project quite nicely as well. I believe this was a requested video actually, and I certainly have a lot of perfumes to cover today. So before we get started, if it is your first time here, then welcome. I create new perfume videos every single week. So if that's something that you would be interested in, then don't forget to click the little subscribe button below. And feel free to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Get yourself comfy, grab a wee drink if you would like to. Today I am just sipping on some hot water. Nice and simple for today's video. I really do like this mug, I have to say. It's a Morris & Co design, I believe, or William Morris rather, and I like the pink sort of pastel shades in here. Very much the sort of look that I really like. So that's what I'm drinking for today's video. So first up today, we have an absolute powerhouse fragrance, you guys, and that is the beautiful Nuit Trésor fragrance, the original eau de parfum from Lancôme. How gorgeous is this bottle, you guys? You know, it never ceases to amaze me. Like, I've had this one in my collection for quite a long time now, and honestly, like, it takes my breath away every single time. Just how stunning this bottle is, how dramatic it looks. Like, oh, just so stunning, honestly. So this is the beautiful Nuit Trésor, just the original one, and this is a powerhouse fragrance without a doubt. It's really stunning. It kind of makes a statement in a lot of ways, really. So the strength of the fragrance itself is quite strong, so from that point of view it's making a statement already, but the scent itself is quite daring in my opinion. So it's very, very sweet, fruity, boozy, and slightly smoky in nature, so it's really quite different. I can't say I've ever come across another fragrance quite like this one. It is quite unique to me, while still being fairly likeable, I would say. There's something very femme fatale about this kind of fragrance. I think it's absolutely perfect for like a night out, going for a few drinks, any time of an evening when you want to feel absolutely fantastic. Those are the kind of scenarios that I would reach for this one, to be honest. It's just such a stunning fragrance. There are quite a few gourmand aspects to this as well, actually. So I believe you have your caramel. I'm never going to remember all the notes, by the way. Like, I always try and list off as many as I can remember, but there are so many notes going on in here, so I never really managed to remember all of them. But I do know that there's caramel in here. I believe there's coffee, incense, I believe, maybe even vanilla, praline, I think. So there are quite a lot of sweet gourmand notes going on in here with the fruity notes. And it's quite surprising to me in a way that it comes together so well. There's really so many notes, but it does come together quite well in my opinion. It's quite smooth overall, kind of punchy though. Like, this definitely has an edge to it, and it has some attitude about it. Very, very ultra feminine to me, very seductive, quite a loud scent overall. Just even from the way it smells, the strength of it, and the way that it projects, and the length of time that it lasts. Like, it's quite a loud fragrance overall, but it's very tasteful, you guys. This is not like, it's a bit obnoxious, but to me it's still quite tasteful. Very tasteful, in fact. I really do like this one. Definitely worth a try if you're looking for a very seductive, unique, feminine, attention-grabbing type of evening fragrance. I would definitely check this one out. And of course the bottle is something to behold. Guys, we do have these absolutely beautiful flowers accompanying us today. I really, really like these. There's quite a few different ones in here, and I just absolutely love these colours. These are very much my kind of colours, but anyway, I'll try not to get too distracted by these as we go through the video. The next fragrance I am going to talk about today is a completely different mood from this one actually, but it is still a powerhouse fragrance nonetheless, and that is actually the beautiful Amyris Femme from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now, the main notes of this fragrance, I believe there is mandarin orange, lemon blossom, amyris, iris, vetiver, musk, and amber, if I'm not mistaken. And overall, this is a bright, rich, quite cold kind of fragrance. So it's floral from the iris. It does have a really interesting woody, aromatic pine kind of quality from the amyris notes in here. And the base notes do offer a slight warmth, but overall, I would say this comes off quite cold to me and very, very ultra like professional, put together, polished, all of those good things. So this has actually become one of my favourite go-to work perfumes, just because it really does feel very professional. It makes me feel quite on the ball. It gives me a boost, all of those good things that you would want when like going to work, you know. So it's not really the kind of scent that I wear on any of my days off. It's not really a fragrance that I would reach for, you know, on a leisurely kind of day. But it is one of my favourite grab and go fragrances for work. And it's definitely a very, very strong fragrance. Like, I've really, really noticed that with this. And again, it makes it perfect for work because, to be quite honest, when I go to work, I'm not really thinking about having to top up my fragrance. I kind of just want to be able to spray it in the morning and go about my day and not have to think about it. And really, I have found that I just don't need to top this up at all throughout the day. It really does have that lasting power and projecting power. So I can always smell this on myself, you know, like I don't even need to spray that much of it. It's a really strong scent, like I say, perfect for work. I think this would be a perfect kind of everyday, nice, easy reach type of fragrance. The only thing I would say is it does have that cold, polished, professional nature. So maybe some of you would want that for every day, but just for me personally, I find this perfect for work or for like maybe more of a formal kind of setting. It really is ideal, and it does last all day, that's for sure. Like, it's a really, really strong fragrance, quite stunning, quite unique to me. Like, there's something about this that I haven't really smelled anywhere else. I think it might be the amyris notes. It's a note that I'm really unfamiliar with, actually. Like, I read on Fragrantica that it's supposed to smell a little bit like pine, which sounds quite unusual to me. Like, it's quite a new type of scent to me. I really, really like it. To me, it's quite feminine. It smells put together, professional, like I say, and it is definitely a beast mode fragrance, that's for sure. So that is Amyris Femme from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Next up today, we have another fragrance that I quite like wearing to work as well, but I would say this one's a bit more versatile. So I wear this on my days off as well, or just anywhere really. And that is Bleu Turquoise from Armani Prive. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that bottle with the peachy colour in the background. That is just... that looks so beautiful, oh my goodness. I am completely head over heels for this one. It's so, so stunning. I've enjoyed wearing this one on its own, and I've actually experimented with layering this, believe it or not. I will save that combination for one of my like upcoming videos. Probably my next video after this one, I will talk about the layering combination that I discovered with this one. It's really, really an amazing combination, you guys. But I'm finding this to be a very versatile, easy to wear, beautiful, luxurious smelling fragrance. Like, it's such a gem in my collection, quite literally, even by the look of it. I cannot say enough good things about this, I really can't. It's absolutely beautiful. Quite an unusual fragrance, and quite difficult for me to actually describe to you in many ways. I'm going to put this down on the tray actually because it's quite heavy. So one of the main accords that I can detect in this fragrance is a salty vanilla mineral-like quality. But you do also have a nice creaminess in here. There is a floral nature in here, a really nice sweet woody nature as well. Like, there's quite a lot going on in here. And it's fairly complex while still feeling seamless in nature and like silky smooth. Oh, it's just absolutely incredible, seriously. I probably wouldn't say that it's like a safe blind buy. You know, I do rave about it, but I would probably like try and test it first. I know it's not always easy to do that, but it's a fairly pricey fragrance and it is quite unusual. So I would hate for any of you to be like caught off guard by it or like disappointed or anything like that, so I would just bear that in mind. but it has quickly become a favourite of mine. And it is also very strong. I didn't actually realise how strong this fragrance was just from wearing it myself. Like, I didn't necessarily notice myself how strong this was until I received like a comment from somebody else mentioning that it was almost verging on like being a bit too strong to their nose, which I was very surprised to hear because, like I said, I hadn't really noticed that myself about this one. But it kind of, I think this might be the kind of fragrance that you might not realise it, but it does have that projecting power and others are smelling it around you, even if you don't necessarily feel like it's projecting an awful lot. Well, that's been my experience with it so far. I've received a comment on this just saying that it was really quite strong, and I was sitting kind of across the table from them, like I wasn't exactly right next to them, but they still, you know, noticed. They were maybe like an arm's length away from me, and they'd noticed like really how strong this was. And it did last all day as well. So that's another one that I would recommend checking out. Not a blind buy probably, but like check it out if you're looking for a luxurious, unique, long-lasting fragrance that others will be able to smell on you. This one is also very feminine to me, and it reminds me of a luxurious spa getaway. That's really the mood of this fragrance. It has that luxury, like high-end vibe, a spa resort, you guys. That's really what this reminds me of. And of course it's absolutely stunning. So that is Bleu Turquoise from Armani Prive. I've just realised how long I'm taking on each fragrance. I'm going to try and go through these a little bit quicker because I don't want to keep you guys all day, you know. So next up we have the stunning L'Interdit, the original Eau de Parfum from Givenchy. This is definitely a beast mode fragrance, without a doubt. This is very, very strong, quite piercing in many ways. Like, it's quite a punchy fragrance. I'm trying to think what that's from. It could be perhaps from the... Is there bergamot in the opening? I can't quite remember, but there's vetiver in here, tuberose of course, orange blossom as well. And yeah, overall it's just a very, very strong perfume, and it does project as well. It's kind of funny to me because, you know, the Intense version, which I actually have just over there, although that one is called the Intense, to me that's actually the softer, milder, easier to kind of wear version. This one means business to me. Like, this has definitely more attitude to it than the actual Intense version. So it's just a very, very strong perfume. It's actually one that I have to be like in the mood for because of how strong it is, and even the smell itself is quite sharp in many ways. This is actually another one that I quite like wearing to work specifically. It's quite rare that I'll find a fragrance that's so occasion specific, if that makes sense. Like, you know, quite a lot of my fragrances I would wear just anywhere, but there are a few that I kind of come across that are like, okay, no, that's going to be a work perfume, or, you know, a party, going out for drinks kind of fragrance, or things like that. This is definitely what I would consider to be one of my work perfumes, along with Amyris Femme. To me, this almost feels like a bossy fragrance. I don't know why. Like, it definitely has some attitude in there, and it's perfect for work. Actually, the perfect kind of fragrance if you're looking for one that you won't need to top up during the day, one that you can just spray in the morning and it lasts you all day. This is definitely one to check out, you guys. So when I leave the house in the morning, by the time I get back in the evening, I would say it's probably been about 10 hours or so, and I can still smell this very strongly even on my way back home from work at the end of the day without having to reapply it. It's that strong. So that's that one there. Really nice one in my collection. One that I haven't worn an awful lot of though. I'm going to try and wear more of this one, but like I say, it's quite occasion specific, so it does sort of have to be for work. Otherwise, I don't really feel that drawn to it, you know. Oops. So initially I was going to talk about 10 perfumes, but we've only gotten through 4 so far, and this video is already quite long, so I might... We'll see how we get on, you guys, but I might end up not talking about all 10 fragrances, just because I don't want this video going on like too long, but we'll see how we get on anyway. So next up today, I'm going to mention this perfume here from Parfums de Marly, Delina Exclusif. I'm absolutely loving how these bottles are looking next to my beautiful flowers, you guys. looks stunning. This is definitely a beast mode fragrance, like for sure. I think it's quite pricey, but I do think it's worth having in your collection if you like powdery, rosy, fruity, woody, vanillic fragrances. If that's the type of perfume you really like, I do think this one is worth a try. Like, it's 75ml, so it's quite a lot in here, and you really don't need to spray an awful lot of it. It's very strong. It will last you all day, and it definitely has that projecting power as well. Same goes for the original Delina, actually. I do not own the original, I just have the Exclusif, as you can see here. My sister owns the little, is it 10ml? Like the 10ml of the original Delina, and I remember one time I smelt it on her and I asked her if she had like just sprayed it, and she said that she'd had it on all day, and it genuinely smelt to me as though she had just reapplied it, but she'd had it on already for like the whole day. That's how strong these fragrances are. Like, it's seriously incredible. Like the Delina and Delina Exclusif, they're both very strong fragrances. My personal favorite is Exclusif. This one suits my like personality a bit better than the original Delina, but they are both beautiful fragrances. So yeah, like I say, this is quite a nice rosy, powdery, whimsical, dreamy, kind of complex fragrance with lots of layers in there. It kind of takes you on a nice journey as well. It's got the pear and the lychee in there as well, so it's kind of a little bit fruity, a little bit bright and dewy in the opening, but it dries down to a really gorgeous rosy, vanilla, powdery, woody fragrance. And it is just a really nice, feminine, romantic kind of fragrance that will last you all day and then some. Like, it's very, very strong. It has a nice projecting power and everything like that. So it definitely deserved a place on today's list. And that is the beautiful Delina Exclusif from Parfums de Marly. Next up today we have Mongolian Intense from the House of Golan. This is a beautiful fragrance. I actually wore it yesterday as my scent of the day. I hadn't worn it in a wee while, and it was nice to have a wear of it yesterday. It was absolutely stunning. The thing I like about this fragrance is, yes, it's very strong, and yes, it lasts all day, like no problem, but it's not obnoxious. You know, it's just not strong in the same way that a lot of these ones are, you know, like these ones you can really, really notice, like they're the, you know, I would even say they're heavy hitters, especially L'Interdit there, Delina Exclusif. All of these here, like, they have more of a punchiness about them. Like, you really, really notice them and they make a statement kind of right away, if that makes sense. This one is more subtle. Like, it's definitely very strong and people will smell it on you, but it has more of a mellow, subtle, soft presence to it. And that's what I really like about this perfume. In fact, from that point of view, it's also a really good one for me to wear to work because I can like rely on it lasting all day, no problem. But it's a fragrance that maybe if I'm feeling a bit more fragile, or if I'm not wanting to like necessarily draw too much attention to myself, like for example, if I didn't really want to wear any of these because I felt they would like be too strong, then I would maybe opt for this fragrance instead, because I don't need to reapply it throughout the day. It does last, but it's more of a soft, subtle fragrance that I would get like a gentle waft of throughout the day, as opposed to it being a fragrance that's like more obvious, if that makes sense. But anyway, it's a really stunning one, you guys. I know many of you like this one. Like, I've heard from quite a few of you about this one, and I know quite a few of you like this one just as much as I do as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. But that's a really, really stunning one. And that is Mon Guerlain Intense. It's a really sensual fragrance as well, you guys. Like, they've added musk in here and it's just... and they've amped up the vanilla and the kind of aromatic, like woody qualities. Like, it's really, really stunning, honestly. I wish I'd picked up the bigger bottle, actually. But anyway, that's that one there. Absolutely stunning, you guys. Really nice, long-lasting fragrance. We have this gorgeous fragrance right here. And the funny thing about this one is it is an eau de toilette. I'm actually going to give it a wee... I've got some fingerprints on there. I'm going to give it a wee wipe down. You can still kind of see the fingerprints, but oh well. So this is Narciso Rodriguez, the Eau de Toilette For Her. and honestly it's incredible. Like, it's such a strong perfume, I cannot quite believe it. It's potentially the strongest like eau de toilette. Actually, no, there are some other eau de toilettes I've come across that are also very strong. But this is definitely up there with one of the strongest eau de toilette fragrances I've ever come across. You know, like, this fragrance outperforms many of my eau de parfums, like, easily. It doesn't feel like an eau de toilette to me. You know, it has a lot of substance in here, a lot of layers, really great staying power, really great projection, and it just doesn't feel like an eau de toilette at all to me. It's very, very strong. It projects well, like I said, and everything like that. So it's a really gorgeous, bright, powdery, luminous, slightly dewy, musky fragrance with notes of osmanthus, orange blossom, bergamot, musk, of course. There's vetiver. I believe there's even a touch of vanilla in here. It's just absolutely beautiful, you guys. Such a nice, easy fragrance to reach for day to day, very natural smelling, very, very feminine. Perfect for those days when I don't want anything too obviously sweet or anything gourmand or anything like that. It's just a nice, naturally floral, musky, woody, sweet kind of scent. And that's Narciso Rodriguez For Her Eau de Toilette. Gonna shimmy these around a wee bit. There we go. So those are the ones we have covered so far. Next up today is actually a funny one because it is a body mist. It's the strongest body mist I have ever come across, hands down. Like, it smells absolutely amazing. So the way they describe this perfume, it is clouds of dusky tonka, lavender and lang lang, charm and bewitch with sweet nursery rhyme notes to help you bed down for the night. It's absolutely beautiful, you guys. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. Like, this was, for a long time, this has been one of my go-to fragrances of an evening, just to even spray like my room, my bed sheets, myself, my pajamas. Like, it really is one of those beautiful go-to fragrances. It's also quite fun to spray around because it's like it's got this big sprayer here, and I get quite spray happy with this one. Not that you need to even spray too much of it, to be honest, like I do anyway, but you don't need to because it's quite strong. And for a body mist, it's incredible, like seriously good value. This is 200ml, you guys, it's 200ml. I can't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for this, but I'll find out and put it on the screen for you. But oh my goodness, like such great value. It smells incredible. It absolutely smells divine. It's a very soothing fragrance. It's got the lavender in there, but to me it's like not overwhelming with the lavender. To me, like, I notice more of the sweet powdery like tonka notes, like the dusky quality that it mentions there. I definitely get that, and it is perfect for an evening, but to be honest, it's so nice that I could easily wear this just like day to day. On a day like today, for example, when I'm having quite a relaxed time just staying in, it would be perfect for those kind of days as well. Just so soothing, so beautiful, really addicting and sweet and comforting, and oh, it's honestly like being wrapped up in a lilac coloured fuzzy cocoon, you guys. That really is what this feels like. Next today, I'm gonna mention this fragrance here. We have Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. This is a really gorgeous white floral gardenia, tuberose and jasmine kind of fragrance with some spices in there, some woody tones. It's absolutely beautiful, like by far one of the best celebrity perfumes I've ever tried. Does not smell like a celebrity perfume to me, does not smell cheap, and it lasts a really long time. Like, seriously, this perfume is so good. I believe I paid around £13 for this, for a 100ml bottle, and it lasts all day. This is perfect for layering with black opium, actually, because this has a very creamy white floral quality. and it really does blend seamlessly well with my Black Opium fragrance, which I actually have here. These two blend seamlessly together, and the thing is, Black Opium lasts okay, you know? Like, I would maybe rate this a 7 out of 10. Like, it's not a weak fragrance, but I wouldn't say that it's not a beast mode perfume, do you know what I mean? Like, it's good the way that it performs, but actually when I layer it with this fragrance here, the overall scent, like the two combined, it lasts from morning to night. Like, no joke, this fragrance adds to the overall performance of this, and they blend seamlessly well together. Like, it adds a really gorgeous creamy, because this fragrance to me is already kind of creamy from the vanilla and the coffee, but this fragrance here is creamy in a white floral gardenia, tuberose kind of way. So the texture of these two fragrances blend seamlessly well together, and of course you also have your white floral notes in here anyway, so it's a match made in heaven basically. And this fragrance has incredible performance. Like, I really cannot emphasize that enough. Very strong perfume, you don't need to spray too much of it. Very gorgeous, quite realistic smelling, fleshy white floral perfume. Potentially too strong on its own, like it's very, very heavy with the white florals, but like I say, layered with my Black Opium, it's absolutely heavenly. And I can imagine this one blending quite well with like other gourmand fragrances, to be honest. I haven't tried that out yet, but I can really imagine this blending well with even for example, like C Fiore. I could imagine these two working quite well together. But so far, like I say, I've only tried this with my Black Opium so far, and they're absolutely like divine. Next up today, we have another gorgeous celebrity scent, and that is Sophia by Sofia Vergara. Now, this is a really, really strong perfume. It's not one that I've been wearing an awful lot lately. I did wear it to work the other day, and I actually layered it with my La Vie Belle, because I wanted to add like a little bit more sweetness to this. They layered very well together actually, but I really did notice how long this fragrance lasted. I mean, I know La Vie Belle lasts a long time as well. That would be like my honourable mention. I have like a little miniature of my La Vie Belle, which I've forgotten to bring through today. That one is also very strong and everything like that, but I have definitely noticed, I noticed it on the day that I wore those both together, and I've noticed it previously on days where I've worn this one on its own, just how long it lasts, how strong it is, how I can always smell it on myself. It's quite a nice, it is quite a nice, easy to reach for fragrance. It's like that perfect everyday scent, very classy, quite polished, quite professional, but at the same time quite feminine and flirty and everything like that. Like, very, very versatile. For some reason, it's not one that I wear an awful lot. Like, I'm trying to wear it more, and I did wear it the other day, but on the whole, it's not one that I reach for like an awful lot. I'm not quite sure why that is, to be honest. I think it'll be one that I'll enjoy more come the spring and summer. I know I suppose we're kind of into spring at the moment, but it's been absolutely freezing here in Scotland. Like, we've had really bad weather actually, like a few storms. I think it's meant to snow today. Like, it's been absolutely crazy here with the weather, seriously. So I have been kind of more drawn to my winter perfumes, to be honest. But see, when the weather warms up, I can really see myself reach for this more. But I wanted to mention it today just because it is a very strong perfume. I would recommend it if you're looking for a long-lasting fragrance that projects and something versatile that's also very affordable. And that is Sophia by Sofia Vergara. Next up today we have Montals Mykolat. Now, this is an absolutely nuclear fragrance that I have in my collection. It is extremely strong, almost too strong at times, to be honest. Now, from what I've experienced, the same can kind of be said for most of Montals fragrances. So if you're looking for a strong, long-lasting fragrance that's going to project, I would check out kind of any from Montal, really. I haven't tried all of their fragrances, but every single one that I have tried, like so far, they've all been very, very strong. This one in particular is very strong. but it is one that I have to kind of be in the mood for because it's a very particular kind of smell, and like I say, it is extremely beast mode, like almost too strong at times, so I don't need to spray very much of this one, and that is Montals Mykolat. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Those are my top 10 beast mode fragrances that I have in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. I can't wait to read through your comments and have a chat with you guys, and have a catch up. So thanks again for stopping by. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon on my next video. Bye!